Hey everyone, it's time again to talk about some old Digimon cards. Now, if you watch any of my videos, it'll become blatantly obvious to you very, very quickly. I am just a guy with a phone. I do not have any sort of crazy setup here. I do not have mad video editing skills. I'm not any sort of huge social media persona. But what I do have is information. And sometimes good information on Digimon cards can be hard to come by. The best part? I am not trying to sell you anything here. I am simply doing this to try and give back to a community that has given so very much to me. It's been a joy collecting these things. So, hopefully, these videos help you do one of two things. One, they let you see the cards and help you realize if you want to collect them or not. Or if so, which ones. Two, that you have a general knowledge of these things so that people can't take advantage of you by trying to sell you a common card for $1 million or something like that. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And today we're going to talk about Digimon, the animated series trading cards. Now, these cards were made in 1999 and 2000 in conjunction with that first season of Digimon on TV, that season that was so wildly popular. And these cards were made by Upper Deck, partnering with Bandai to get these cards out throughout the world. Now, they only made 2 series, but there's a whole bunch of variations that come into play here. So, well, let's get started. In the first series, there are 34 base set cards, 34 regular cards, however you want to label them. And as you can see, they feature cast from the early part of that first season of Digimon. So you got the rookies, you got some champions over here, and you can see, and it goes to about right there is where the regular set ends. Now, there's a couple variations, like we said, and one variation was the exclusive preview card. Now, this was not any sort of mystery if you had one, because they so boldly put there a stamp that is shiny, it catches your eye, and it says right on there, exclusive preview. Uh, so you would know if you had these. Here, I'll pull out a regular one here quick so you can see the difference. So on the left, you got the big stamp. Regular edition on the right, they don't have a stamp. Now, I don't want you to think that the exclusive preview or the regular edition is a whole lot more rare than one another. They're not. If one is harder to get than the other, I couldn't tell based on years and years of seeing these in the market. The pretty much the only difference is the stamp. And you would know, like I said, if you had the exclusive preview cards, it says it right on the pack wrapper. If you have a box that you haven't opened, it'll say it on the front in the bottom left-hand corner. It'll say exclusive preview, so you'd know if you have these little stamps or not. There's only going to be one huge difference between them, but you have to watch the rest of the video to find out. Haha. All right, so those were the regular cards. You would also get one per pack, a special holographic card. Or they might call it a silver prism. Sometimes you hear it called that. So here you see the exclusive preview version, right? You got the stamp. They made a holographic version of each of those regular base set cards. Again, they did the same thing for the regular edition. Here is that holographic or silver prism. They look pretty cool, right? All right. So you get one holographic per pack. Then the chase cards in the pack were the ultimate level Digimon. Now, if you follow Digimon, maybe an ultimate level doesn't seem that impressive to you, because now there are megas and DNA Digivolve and things that are beyond megas. But back at the time, ultimate level was about as high as it went. So this was a big deal. Now there's 8 of these cards. As you can see, they have a different foil pattern. These came 1 out of 11 packs, and the exclusive preview stamp is usually gold. The reason I say usually is with these cards, there were mistakes, sometimes discoloration from being out in the sun, and so some of the silver ones sometimes look gold, some of the gold ones sometimes look silver. Don't worry about the color of the stamp too much. Now, ironically, even though these have gold stamps, They are not called gold stamp cards. Again, we'll get to that in a little bit. But these were 1 out of 11 cards. They had like I said, 8 ultimates, as you can see: Andromon, Monzamon, Edamon, Skull Greymon, Piximon, Metal Greymon, Wergarurumon, and Mega Kabuterimon. And it was the same thing for the regular edition. They had the ultimate cards as well. You just didn't have the stamp in the corners. You can see them right there. So what's the difference? Why do they have exclusive preview? Why not exclusive preview? Is one better than the other? Yes. Here's why. Exclusive preview had a very, very rare insert that the regular edition did not. And that was what they called the gold stamp cards. How do you know if you have one? Well, right on the bottom, they only made 100 copies of each card. So for all those regular set cards that they made, thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands, they made 100 of each that are gold. You got a little bit of gold tint to the foil, have the gold stamp, and the big giveaway is if it's numbered on the bottom. So this is the 7th one printed out of 100. They are quite rare. So you have a shot at these if you get the exclusive preview box. It's not a good shot. If you buy a box, it doesn't mean you're going to get one. You probably won't. But you're saying there's a chance. So that's why exclusive preview. If you're going to go buy a box of Series 1, I'd recommend exclusive preview just so you do have that shot at that special gold card numbered to 100. All right, let's move on. Then they made Series 2. And there are no different variations here. There is just one version of Series 2. There were 32 base set cards, and this was kind of the later cast of Season 1. So maybe not all the way at the end, but you start seeing a little bit further along the Digimon TV show timeline. So there's your base set cards again, 32. And the cool thing they did with this one is included in the base set. They actually took scenes from the TV show. So if you watched as a kid, seeing these, it's like, whoa, hey, it's like a snapshot of nostalgia captured in time for you. So you can look at it and maybe even remember how you felt when this happened in the show. So I don't know. I think that's kind of cool. How do you know if it's Series 2? Well, one is every Series 2 card will have this Digimon holographic stamp. And also, the cards are made in 2000 instead of 1999. So that's how you tell if it's Series 2. They had 32 regular cards. Once again, they did include a holographic card, 1 out of every pack. So I'll just take that Gatomon here. The foil is a little different than Series 1. See, this has more of a kind of a cracked ice appearance here. But again, they made a holographic version of each of the 32 regular cards. These were 1 per pack. Now again, there were some special inserts. They didn't do the special ultimates, but they did do... Sorry, I'm laughing because if you look on the back of a box, it'll just say like something like 1 out of 6 packs Digimon card, which is a terrible label for an insert because they're all Digimon cards. So I'm going to relabel them right now. We're going to call these Myotismon Gate cards, because in the TV show they use these to like open the gate to get back to Earth, save the world, all that stuff. So these were 1 out of every 6 packs you would get these. So in a box you have 24 packs. You have a good chance you'll get about 4 of these. And there are 10 of them in total. Again, they're pretty easy to spot when you get one with the brown border. They're shiny, and the Digimon logo in the right-hand corner is gold. All right, they did something different again, though. As a special treat, there was another type of insert they added, and these were 1 out of 11 packs as well. Give me a second while I flip over here. Flip these pages. And what they did is 1 out of 11 packs, you would receive a special Japanese text insert. So if you see by my left thumb, right, Gatomon is in Japanese there. Um, and on the back too, right, you have things in Japanese. And so they did this again with each of the 32 cards. Um, so in a box, you might get 2. If you're lucky, you might even get 3. And you can imagine if you're trying to collect the whole set of these, it's pretty hard to do to get all 32 when they're 1 out of 11 packs. I do not have them all. It's not huge on my priority list right now. Maybe one day. But I do think it's really cool that they did that, um, to just kind of shake things up a little bit. And I don't have any to show you, but with Series 2, they did also make those gold cards, numbered to 100. So there are 100 of each of the 32 regular cards. I don't think they have a Japanese version, but they're all gold hollow, and they're numbered to 100. And like I said, they're very, very hard to come by. I think that's it for the Digimon animated series cards. There are, different variations in like Sweden and things like that that have different foil patterns, and maybe they don't have the upper deck stamp on the back. But for now, I'm just sticking with the English ones to try and not confuse people. Again, if you got comments or questions, I am happy to answer them. You can put them on the YouTube comments. I'll usually answer in a couple days. You can always email me at prodigiouscollecting at gmail.com. Again, give me a little time. I'm busy, but I'm happy to answer questions that you send in. Comments. If I've made a mistake, let me know. Like I said, I'm happy to talk about any of these things. And two is yeah, you can, like I said, just feel free to correct me, disagree with me, thank me if this is helpful. And I do want to make at least one more video coming up and you're not going to want to miss it because it's going to kind of tell you what are the rarest cards from each of the English Digimon sets.